Hey everybody, it's Brian Alston, your self-worth coach, here with your daily video under uh, the Finding My Smile Again video series on my YouTube channel. Uh, Please check my link in bio, follow the link tree, join, follow my content. I really appreciate the support that I've been getting on this, and I'm looking forward to continuing this. So I'm trying something a little new today, and I apologize, I'm a little off here because I've never done it this way. You got to learn the tech sometime, right? So just bear with me a little bit. I'm also on a bit of a delay, so I feel like I'm a newscaster who just got thrown under the bus and told, "Here, you're filling in for 5 o'clock today." But let's get into it, okay? So, if you've been following my daily truth bombs, they're basically a small 1 minute video. I've been putting them out on TikTok, sharing them on my story in Instagram, and they're timely themes that I think are important for people to hear. Just simple messages, but I'd like to expand on them. And oftentimes, just randomly, it happens to coincide with whatever the daily motivational message I receive via email is, which I think is really funny, and it's a little bit of the universe speaking loudly to me that I'm doing something right here. So today's truth bomb was about your sense of gratitude and your level of gratitude, and that's what I want to talk about today. What is your level of gratitude? Now, gratitude in itself is a thankfulness. It's an appreciation for things that are happening in your life, whether they're good or bad. How you react to things is directly related to your level of happiness and finding your smile. So it's very important to have the right mindset going into things. So we're dealing with gratitude, we're dealing with mindset, awareness, self-awareness, happiness, and ultimately finding your smile. Now, I like to use a scale of 1 through 100. 100 being I'm absolutely grateful and full of thankfulness for everything going on in my life, and I'm aware of it all. The other end of that is 0, which is saying that I don't see anything to be grateful for. It's what it is, or woe is me, it's always against me, and I can never win. Where do you fall on that list? Are you 100? Do you recognize it every single day, every single moment? Or are you way down at the bottom of that scale, struggling to pull yourself out of it? It's a good question, right? There's no wrong answer. Okay, there's an opportunity there, and I'm all about opportunities, and the opportunity for me is to increase my level of gratitude, which in turn will help keep me in a much more positive anabolic mindset, improve my self-awareness, and eventually help me to see these opportunities to get ahead. So where do I fall on the scale of level of gratitude? Where do you fall on it? There's no wrong answer, okay? There's just the opportunity to improve if you decide you want to, okay? And for those people who are out there going, well, I'm already 100. I know I'm 100 and I love that. That's great. Now the scale goes from 1 to 1,000. Where do you fall? Okay? Pick a number, work with it. There was always room to grow and to learn new lessons. So where do we go from here? One of the most interesting things that I get to do, that I love to do, is learning about new cultures, religions, mindsets. And I've recently been learning more and more about Buddhism. And I really have enjoyed some of the mindset there. I was doing some research and I actually saw somebody explain Buddhism. Not, excuse me, they didn't explain Buddhism. I think it'd take a little bit longer than we have here today. No, what they were talking about in Buddhism was a concept of how they define where gratitude comes in and how they define where their mindset is. Basically, they were talking about distractions, and apparently they define anxiety as anything that makes you think about the future and take you out of this current time you are, this present being in the moment right now. And they define depression in a similar way as it's thinking about things that have happened in the past that lead to depression. Now, those are very, very broad strokes of the pen there. It's not going into detail about the intricacies of depression or anxiety. But it does make sense if you think about it. The stuff that's happened in the past, you're not going to have a lot of anxiety over because it's happened. You're going to be concentrating on what might happen. Okay? It may be a result of stuff that has happened in the past, but it's actually the actions and the possibilities of the future. Good, bad, what have you. And those overwhelming possibilities pull you out of being in the moment. And the same with depression. Why do people get depressed? It's usually because of things that have happened in terms of what they're thinking about. A lot of times it's because of things that have happened, experiences they've had that have carried with them, things they worry about, the baggage that they carry. It's not usually about the future because the future's still wide open. So I can see where they're coming from both sides of that, to say that these distractions or anything that pull you away from your present being in the moment. And I'm learning about this, so if I don't have it exactly right, I do apologize. I'm still learning about it, but I really enjoyed hearing about that. And one thing that came to me from this discussion and this research that I did was that gratitude plays a huge part in staking something down, staking yourself and your mindset down to the present moment, to being here in the moment. Because the more gratitude you have, the less anxiety and feelings of depression you're going to allow in. Now, let's talk about that for a minute, because I think it's very important to understand the concept of gratitude. And as I said before, it's about thankfulness. In good situations, in bad situations. Yeah, when we're real little, we learn about, thanking God for the food that we're about to eat. We learn about prayer in all our different religions that we have, and and being thankful and grateful for that. But I also know that a lot of that is rote. You say, let's say grace, everybody grabs hands and somebody says grace. Do you really stop to think about it all the time? What you're really being thankful for there? Or are you more just running in the moment and it's what you've learned to do? Thankfulness and gratefulness have to be practiced. Okay? It's not just something that pops up and says, oh, I'm grateful for this today. It doesn't work like that. So the past few days, I've had a really, and yes, you can put the little spoiler alert here. This is Brian's honesty right now. So the past few days have been a little rough. I mean, granted, the pandemic has been rough, but one of the big issues that I've had in the past couple days has been this displacement, as I mentioned yesterday, I've been going through. I'm up in the air with the damages and what's been done with the condo, and I don't need to get into that unless you guys want to hear all that stuff. Let me know in the comments if you do. But basically, it's got me displaced a bit. I'm running between a couple of places. Sometimes I stay here at night, sometimes I stay elsewhere. It really all depends on if I have clean clothes, if I have enough food here. Got to take care of Chance. There's a lot. If I need a shower, there's a lot to consider here, and it does weigh on me while I'm trying to work here and run my life and my career and everything else. It doesn't make it easy because I don't have the vaccine yet. I have not gotten it yet. I do plan to get it, and that's a whole other story we can talk about. The goods, the bads. I can tell you, all I can tell you is why I finally decided I wanted to get the vaccine, um, and the research that I did. And I hope that you do research and make your own decision consciously and aware of all the risk factors and everything that's out there. Um, but at the end of the day, I did decide I want to get it. It worries me running out the door all the time. I am not at the best of health. I'm working on that with everything that we're doing here. But it does concern me to put myself out there. I mean, I'm having to not have a place where I can, have a lot of food stored and have meals prepped and stuff like that, which I usually use for my diet plans, and it's affecting the weight and all. Um, but even more than that, it's putting myself out there in front of people and all, and they're saying, it's possible we could have a fourth surge, and there's all kinds of different news that's always coming out. But it does make me a little fearful, and it's been rough, Plus, I don't get to see my family and friends the way I want to. I miss the hell out of them. And for those of you out there who are my family and friends, and you know who you are, my close family and friends are my family to me, and you guys are my extended family. But know how much I miss you guys, and I love you, and I cannot wait to see you again soon. So that's a little segue there, but pulling it back to this discussion of it being rough days, without going into a whole lot of detail here, it's just been rough emotionally, mentally, physically, to do this, and it takes a toll on you. And I can either look at it as it's horrible, it's just got me beaten down to the point where I can't do anything anymore, or I can look at it from a more positive mindset and find the silver lining out there in these things. So, for instance, yesterday was a really rough day for me. I put in way too much time and focus on working this weekend to try and buy myself a little reprieve and relaxation, and it didn't really work. I ended up working till 4 in the morning the one night, and I ended up crashing at the condo here, and wasn't much sleep. And I was hoping that I was going to get up and be functional the next day, and it really didn't work. Yesterday I was pretty down there, but I managed to get myself up. I said I get to do some of these things, and it's humbling when you think about it. And I realized that I deserved to get up and do these things. It wasn't even a matter of I had to. I could have put myself in that, oh, I have to, and then talked myself out of certain things that I wanted to do. But no, I get to do these things. I get to put truth bombs out there for you guys. I get to make these videos. I get to have the responsibility of having a dog who is one of my best pals in the world. People often say, well, that's an extra responsibility. But you know what? He's been a lifesaver to me. I know more about my dog, and my dog knows more about me than I'd ever could imagine. You think dogs don't understand? If you're a dog owner, absolutely they do understand when you're talking to them. My first year, I was talking to Chance all the time, and I'm like, I caught myself many times going, yeah, no, I'm gonna get locked up one of these days in the insane asylum because I'm just talking to a dog. But the truth is, I've watched him do things based on things that I have said, not just commands, because let's face it, Chance, he's 1 in a million, and he definitely has his own personality, and he's stubborn. I don't know where he gets it from, but I will tell you, I know my parents are wherever they are in this universe, in heaven or wherever, they're looking down, laughing their asses off, because Chance reminds me so much of me, it's not even funny. And I think they found their justice in the universe. But I get to take care of Chance. I get to make these videos for you guys. You know, I get to get up and work on getting healthier. I get to do these things. I'm lucky. It's not the easiest things in the world to do, but the rewards after I do them, you know, are great. Now, for people who suffer with clinical depression, as I do, and anxiety, it sounds wonderful, but sometimes you just can't get yourself out of bed. And I've been there too. And that's where the self-care comes in. That's where you love yourself just a little bit more. To realize that you don't have to do everything that you think you have to do in order to find some gratitude. One of the things that I've said before is, you know, when you're suffering from depression and you're stuck in one of your cycles, you tend to put yourself through the ringer thinking you got to do all these things, and then that's your anxiety starting up, which leads you further into your cycle of depression. But the truth is, if you can break yourself out of that and realize you're allowed to compromise to make yourself get through things and break the cycle, you're going to come out the other end of it better. For instance, one of the things I find when I fall into that deep depression cycle, and it happens whether I'm on medication or not, you know, you're always going to be dealing with that, is I'll get in my head, you know, that I can't get out of bed, but I got to get a shower. I just have to get up and get a shower. And I can't do it. It's just too hard. And people who don't have depression don't always understand it. But I'm sure those of you who have suffered from clinical depression or are suffering from it understand. It comes down to almost being insurmountable. So let it be. Let it be insurmountable. Do what you can. Get up, get a washcloth, run it under the sink, under the faucet. Just simply wash your face. Wash your face, wash your neck, the back of your neck, your ears. Just a little bit. It's going to make the world of difference to you. I know what it feels like not wanting to get in that shower, not having the ability. I could be standing right next to it and going, I can't do it. It's going to hurt when it hits my skin. I don't want anything to touch me. I don't have the strength and energy to deal with this. I don't have the headspace for it. Fine. Make a compromise. Get a win for yourself. And then use that win to instill that gratitude in you. Look, even though I was suffering, I did something. I'm really grateful that I had the mindset to do something for myself and create a win and shake myself up. We build our entire outlook on a foundation of experiences, okay? Where we are right now is the sum of our experiences in our entire life. Okay, whether we realize it or not. Now, tomorrow you could have a totally different foundation because you've added new experiences from today or next week or next year. But the bottom line is we create who we are based on these experiences, okay? And things change. We're not laying down these huge, big pavers. No, we're laying down little itty-bitty experiences that build over time. Every time we can get a little itty-bitty win there, that's one more win we have. And over time, that helps our mindset as well. So every time we can find a moment to appreciate, to be thankful for, leads us to a much more positive mindset. And in turn, it will lead us to our happiness. Okay? And leave us in happiness a lot longer. So where do we go with bad experiences if let's step away from the depression for a second. Let's talk about bad experiences. boy, I hate to use the terms good and bad because I think that everything can have a positive spin to it. There's a silver lining out there. You just have to see it. And it takes time and it takes training and it takes practice to do that. But I prefer to look at it as rough situations versus easier situations. So a rough situation to me would be having a blowout with someone, a real knockdown, nasty fight with someone that you didn't see coming, but apparently it's been something that's been brewing for a while. I'm sure we can all pick one instance where we've had a knockdown, drag out screaming match with somebody. More often than not, it's with family and people that you love. I'm sure with the last year being in quarantine with people, I'm sure people have gotten on each other's nerves a little bit and arguments have come up. But let me ask you this. When the argument happened, did you just walk away from it? Or did you have some time to process it and realize maybe there were some good points there and that it was a good thing to have happen? Guess what? That's gratitude. That's recognizing some thankfulness there. Wow, I hated that it came down to that, and I hated that I hurt her feelings so badly. But I'm so glad that she told me, and I'm thankful for that. And I'm really thankful that we got the opportunity to talk, and she allowed me to do that and to explain myself. Maybe it's not about explaining yourself. Maybe it's just about listening. Maybe it's something totally different. Okay? Maybe you missed the crosstown bus. Okay? Sounds like something stupid, silly, and you're going to be late for work now. And, a block away, you see a garbage truck pull out into the traffic and actually just clip the corner of the bus, and the bus has to stop, and now the police have to come, file a report and everything, and traffic slows down, and look, you got a cab. And the cab, may cost a little bit more, but you'll make it to work on time, and you're not on that bus. So you went from a moment of, damn it, I missed the bus, I'm going to be late, look at all this horrible stuff that's going to happen, to, hey, it's a good thing I didn't get on the bus. Look what just happened. And now I can find another way to work, or I can jump on the subway after all and get there. And my boss will understand there was an accident. There are things in this world that can go either way. It's up to you to decide what your perception is going to be towards it. And if you can find that moment of gratitude, that little kernel of gratitude or thankfulness from the experience, you're going to help build that mindset to your happiness and find your smile again. I'm grateful for the things that happened in the past few days. It's been a rough experience for me. But you know what? It shows me I can survive it. This is a situation I never expected to have happen in my life, where I would be in a place where I don't have, running water even. I mean, I've camped. I've been a Boy Scout. I am an Eagle Scout. And I'm proud of all of that. But it's a lot different when you're having to camp out in your own house. It's been an experience. But I know I can do it. Everything that I've had happen, I'm grateful for, because it reminds me that I'm stronger than I think. It reminds me that I can persevere. I'm grateful that I woke up this morning. How many other people say that to themselves each day? You can either start with a negative thought in the day, or you can start with a positive thought. I wake up every morning and I thank my lucky stars that I can, that I woke up and I'm breathing and that I'm alive. Now, if anybody out there is thinking, well, I couldn't do that today, I didn't wake up alive, let me know. That's a whole nother topic I'd love to discuss with you offline because we got some work to do. But seriously, we all wake up every morning, and the first thing we should do is be grateful. I get to wake up today and have a day of opportunity, whatever it may be, and I can handle it. Mindset, gratitude, So I want you to go ahead, and I ask this of you. I don't know if you're doing the meditation each day as we did the breathing exercise in the morning. I hope that you are, and I hope you're getting some value from it. I would like you to take one more step here, and at the end of the day, I want you to think about what you're grateful for from the day. And if you can come up with 3 simple things that you're grateful for, that you have thankfulness for, before you go to sleep, imagine how much better you're going to sleep with that gratitude in your mind. Okay? I remember growing up as a kid, and my house didn't practice it, but you'd see cartoons of kids going to bed, and they kneel down and they pray for, thank God for all they're thankful for the day. And, you'd hear all the blessings that they do and all. That's part of gratitude. I mean, I'm not telling you to get down on your knees and pray at the bed. If that's something that you do, wonderful. If you have your own way of doing things, that's fine. All I'm asking you to do here is, religion aside, views aside, think of just 3 simple things that you are grateful for from the day. Allow your mind to just sit with that for a couple minutes before you go to bed. You're going to find it's going to do a few things for you. It's going to quiet your mind. It's going to put you in a much more positive mindset. Okay? And 3, it's going to give you a much better chance at getting some real solid rest instead of worrying and allowing your subconscious to worry about things that went on through the day. 3 things. I'd love to know how it works for you. If you want to share the 3 things, great. Comment, message me, what have you. If you want to just tell me how the experience went for you, try it a couple nights. See what you can get out of it. See if it makes a difference for you. I know it does for me. All right. Well, I'm going to wrap this up here for today. I hope that you have gotten something out of this, have loved it. I hope you continue to follow me on my journey here to find my smile. It's getting bigger every day. I do see it. And please join me on my YouTube channel. Go to my bio or follow the link tree to that. You'll also be able to access my coaching page, my public support group on Facebook, where we help each other, my Instagram, all of it. Whatever you'd like to follow, just do that, and you'll get updated on all my content as it comes out, and you'll be able to see past videos as well, my playlists, all the fun stuff. There's going to be more and more coming as I learn this technology, but I just want to say, with gratitude and humility, I love you all. I'm so thankful you're following me on this journey and allowing me to do what I get to do every day. I love you all. I will see you tomorrow. Happy Wednesday, everybody.